Make sure we take the opportunity to have a few of our leaders of the caucus and champions of our Sportsmen's bills here to say a couple of words while they're still in the room. So I'm going to start again by saying welcome. I'm Jeff Crane, president of the Congressional Sportsmen's Foundation. Usually get that kind of response, but I appreciate it. So we have a brand new Congress with brand new leadership in the House and the Senate. We had great leadership in the last Congress. We came pretty darn close to getting a bipartisan Sportsman Act all the way through. I want these folks to assure us we're going to get it done this time. No particular order other than they're just standing right next to me here. But let me start with our Senate. We've got a couple of members of the Senate here with us. Our Democrat co-chair from West Virginia, Senator Joe Manchin. Come up to the mic. Our co-lead in the Senate on the Sportsman's Act from New Mexico, Senator Martin Heinrich.
You know, when I think about what truly unites East Coast and West Coast with the heartland, Republicans and Democrats, it's these issues of hunting and fishing. And we have come so close. This is not our first rodeo for most of us up here. And it's time to close the deal and get this bill passed. We are going to fight like hell to keep this from getting mired in the politics that you all know way too much about. To make sure that we move this as quickly as we can so that we're as far from the next election as possible. And to fight to put good policy in place for our kids and our grandkids. When I think back to the last year, my most memorable memories from the last year, they're not in committee, they're not Codels, they're the time I spent with my 11-year-old hunting elk in northern New Mexico and brought home a nice 6x6 and the memory of blowing the stock with my 8-year-old on a nice mule deer that got away. Those are the things that matter, and that's what we're going to fight for, and we're going to fight like hell to get it done. And I want to say, Senator Murkowski, our chair of the committee, is not here, but she's going to be a fantastic partner on these issues. I suspect she'll be here soon. We have great partners in the Senate to get this done. You're going to get to hear from them as well.
I'm proud to be a co-chair with Jim Rich, my dear friend. This is the most bipartisan group in the Congress is the Sportsmen. This is the most bipartisan. Two things you don't do in West Virginia. You don't get between a person and their gun or a person in the bar. I'm not going to be long here. I can tell you already been to the bar once, we'll let you go back. But let me tell you one, our main goal is to get more kids in the woods, to get more fishing and hunting licenses sold never before in the United States of America, and get people back to what we do in New Mexico. Thank you, God bless you.
Thanks so much. Glad to be with you here tonight. We have a saying in the Senate, and that is that everything's been said, but not everyone has said it. I'm not going to make that mistake here. What these guys said is absolutely accurate. I'm proud to be part of this team. We'll get it done this year.
I'm going to introduce our House co-chairs here. The back of the room, will you guys do me a real good favor and listen up here? We've got a great bipartisan team in the House and the Senate, and I know that we're going to all be looking for them for their leadership, so if you can give me your attention for just a couple of more minutes, I'd like to introduce our House leadership. I'm going to start with Congressman Rob Whitman from the 1st District of Virginia, and Congressman Tim Walsh from Minnesota. Gentlemen, you can introduce your vice chairs, and please.
Thank you. Thanks so much for coming out. We appreciate the effort. This is truly important. The caucus has the broadest support of any of the caucuses on the Hill. For those of you that have come out tonight, it shows that you believe in what we believe in, and that is making sure they would preserve the hunting and the fishing tradition of this nation, the shooting sports. please join with us to make sure we're able to get this Sportsman's package through. It does a lot to make sure we preserve what's critical to our heritage in the United States, and that is hunting and fishing. I know we all love that. You heard Marty talk about how important it is in our lives. It's the stories that we can tell about those experiences in the outdoors that make this truly special and that bind us all together. This truly is a bipartisan effort because of what we love, and that is our hunting and fishing traditions here in the United States. I'm going to introduce my co-chair, Tim Walls. Tim?
Okay, thank you. And to the senators, thank you for coming over. To all the sponsors and all the organizations that are here, thank you so much. This is, you've heard it, and we all know why we're here. But we're also here as a model of what can be. Bipartisanship to a goal, with constituents in here making the case for the things we love and for an industry that creates so many jobs. And to all of the members who are here, Ron Kine and all the rest, to all the new members who are showing up at your first Congress, thank you for stopping here. It's you're busy, you got stuff to do, this matters. So we have great potential here to get good things done. Jeff and the team at the foundation are spectacular. All the partners, all the members, were committed to this. And I'd just like to mention we've got Jeff Duncan here as a Republican vice chair, co-chair, and Gene Green from Houston, Texas. And so
well, the vice chairs were supposed to talk, but I want to thank, like Tim said, all the sponsors. The Sportsmen's Caucus has been so good for year after year that I've been in Congress, and all of us have that history. My wife's dad taught me to hunt. My son, I was with him when he got his first deer, and now his 6- and 8-year-old, he's taking him hunting. That's what this Sportsman's Caucus is about, that tradition of hunting and fishing in our country. Of course, in Texas, we're kind of quiet, we don't talk too loud, but I just appreciate everybody being here, and I'm sharing my co-sponsor in South Carolina.
Speak. I just want to say that if you think about a flock of geese, the lead geese, the leaders, are the ones that have to do most of the work. We're flying in the wings, so we don't have to beat our wings quite so hard. So we're looking for great leadership out of these guys. I'm happy to be part of the caucus, and CSF has been in my life for a very, very long time, since the state legislature, and doing the auction on the Hill. So hey, now what do I get for it? Oh, 25 or 35? Thank you, sponsor.
One more minute, guys. I want to first thank all the members of the Congressional Sportsmen's Caucus, the members of Congress. Again, when it comes time for those votes, you and I don't get to vote. These folks get to vote. We're going to need them. We're here to make sure that we're giving them the best advice and letting them know where the sportsman's community is. Just in case you're wondering what these guys do when they're up here, they're sharing pictures of their elk from this last fall. So we got believers, we got people that are passionately involved in this. Bear with me, I've got a bunch of sponsors. Congressional Sportsmen's Foundation operates by the benevolency and great relationships we have with a lot of our sponsors. So please join me. Our title sponsors, Cabela's Outdoor Fun today. List, and we'll just thank everybody at the end. Our host sponsors are the American Fuel and Petrochemical Manufacturers, ATK, Bass Pro Shops, Honeywell, the National Beer Wholesalers Association, the National Rifle Association, the National Shooting Sports Foundation, Natural Resource Results, Oracle, Remington, Richard Childress Racing, Safari Club International, Shimano American, and Syngenta. Please join me. Co-hosts tonight are Anheuser-Busch, the Association of Fish and Wildlife Agencies, Boone & Crockett Club, Capitol Hill Consulting, CC Advertising, the Center for Coastal Conservation, Crossroads Strategies, Ducks Unlimited, Forbes Tate, Lockheed Martin, Magnum Entertainment Group, the National Marine Manufacturers, Natural Resource Results, Outdoor America, Rise, and Silencer Company. Thank you all very, very much. I'd like to recognize Jeannie Mitchell from ExxonMobil, Simon Roosevelt from the Olympia Management Fund, Steve Sinetti from the National Shooting Sports Foundation, Jeff Andrews, Center for Coastal Conservation, Bill Brewster, the longtime member of the caucus and also a member of our board, Tom Damerick from National Marine Manufacturers, Jim Desmond from Lockheed Martin, Kevin O'Donovan, O'Donovan Strategies, and Todd Walker for Altria.